Hi, this is Linda with Casey Creations by Linda, taking you on a tour of my latest creation. It is a Titanic journal. It does have a hardcover. It measures 9 by 6 and it has a 3 1/4 inch spine. On the front, I've put, it's kind of like a newspaper clipping with some of the White Star Line's information on it. Picture of the Titanic. I've got some rope here that's kind of curled to represent the ropes I tied up the big ships with. It's got some antique bronze charms here. There is, what do you call it? Compass, thank you. And there's an anchor, and there's an anchor in a little circle there. I've also got some jute where I furled the ends so that kind of gave it a little oomph there. It is tied with some sari silk. Just goes through the big grommets there. And on our first section here, got a little clip to hold this closed. This flips down. And there she is with all of her luggage and her fine clothes and hat. Here's her boarding pass and a little luggage tag. I love this little tag. It comes from Digi and SVG Designs for You on her Globetrotter, but it is so cute. I use it a lot. Everything has been lined with an additional layer of cardstock, and that way it makes it very durable and your cards won't bend, and it gives you some extra journaling space. That flips down, then this flips out, and there she is. Big beautiful ship. And there's a little advertisement, Southampton to New York. You can see the stately couple there in their first class stateroom. Opens up, and we've got a little flip going this way. Little anchor here on the side. And we'll pull that out. On the card, 2 women dressed up in their very fine dresses going to the ballroom. It has a pull out from the top. There's her famous stacks with a seagull flying over. It says meet me at the bow. And there's the stateroom. And I'm sure you know that picture. I pulled this off the internet. And there's our captain and first mate. Some more cards. Got antique bronze eyelets there. And it flips open again. Got a little pocket here. And all the pockets that I make do complete the image underneath. There's our captain again, our ship. And there she is. Completes the image, this pocket, just like this one does here. She set sail. And this is Wednesday, April the 10th, where she will be going from Southampton to New York, Queen of the Ocean. Everybody going back where they're supposed to. A little clip back on here just to hold it closed. And it swings open this way. It's got some brown chiffon ribbon as its closure. We have a little flip going this way, angled pocket, and there is a smaller image of the one on the inside cover. And this is a menu for the 3rd class breakfast. And there is a beautiful dining area. You can look out the windows on the ship. Pull out from the top. It's the Olympic and the Titanic. The Olympic was the Titanic sister ship, came before her. This is Titanic. There's one of her famous stacks. Then it swings open this way, and I've torn out around the ship there. There's another one, Queenstown to New York, to Boston. And over here, we have a big flip going this way. In the pocket, I just cut out another second class menu there. There's a young couple looking out over the side. White Star Line, April 10th, en route to New York. This is Saturday, April 20th. And this is a pass to get into the stand so that you can watch her maiden voyage. Pull out from the side here. The largest and finest steamer afloat. Wednesday, April 10th, 1912, departing at noon. Opens up. I've cut around the little ticket there. Finest steamer in the world, first class ticket. Here she is. She cannot sink, says official of the White Star Line. And here is another boarding pass, first class ticket. On October 4th, 1912. Pull out from the center, and I have just put the little wheel here, turns, and the little advertisement, and down here on the pocket also. White Star Line, Royal and United States Mail Steamers. And there she is, being pushed off from being moored, getting built. And here's a third class passenger information ticket. And then on this side, and this is a jump ring journal. It's got, every page has its own little jump rings and eyelets. Here's a belly band, and it is secured with vellum. And I have little flip outs. There's ladies sitting there at breakfast, April 10th. There's one of the grand seating areas. And there's one of the bars. Another advertisement. This little guy's back in there. And there's another lounging area. This is one of the probably second class bedrooms and seating areas. And there's some wicker chairs outside on the deck. Another sitting area. And here is the grand dining room. And there is some more chairs sitting out. One of the restaurants where you could eat outside. There's our captain. And I've just put some gold lace along the side. And you flip it open. This is peach colored chiffon. Is its excuse me, closure. We have a flip here, pull out from the top, and I've put, this is for the first class stateroom, first class baggage room, and first class for hold. That means they held that in the ship. Everybody going right here. So Sometimes these little guys get stuck. There we go. There's the ship. And then we have got, there's our captain again. Olympic and Titanic. There's one per decks. It opens up a little pocket here made out of the menu. It's a luncheon menu. White Star Line. Not even God himself could sink this ship. So they said. Another advertisement. She cannot sink. And I just cut this out. It is what is underneath, and I just cut another one, made a pocket. There's the great ship. Queen of the Ocean. And it swings open again. Another pocket here. 45,000 tons. There's another luncheon menu. And these are authentic menus. They're copies of what was offered on the ship. And here's an immigrant's forwarding order. He's going to New York. His name is Charles Asperg. February 16th, 40 is the inland fare. Every passenger had to fill out one of these. And here is some mercantile money. And we have another little flip here. Got to pull out from the top. Unsinkable Spirit, Titanic, just a little guys. It's a good history journal. A little belly band here that completes the image underneath. Titanic. Here's the passengers walking around. All the fold-up chairs there on the deck for them to sit. And the luxury soap that was used in the first class. Here we have an angled pocket. It says the Ship of Dreams. Here's a manifest. And there they are walking around, lounging out on the deck. It's Mercantile Marine Lines. And here is another passenger ticket. They are traveling to Gladstone, Michigan. He's coming from Belgium, traveling alone. And on this section, this is dark brown chiffon ribbon. We have a little flip going here. Pull out from the top. Women and children first. The last two sections of this are about the sinking of the Titanic. The first two sections was about all of the luxury she offered and everything that was available on the ship. Here's the radio operator. It says iceberg ahead. And this is an authentic newspaper clipping, a copy of it from the Fargo Forum. Gruesome details of the last moment of the Titanic told by the survivors as the band played Near My God to Thee as the ship sank. There she is sinking. Here are the women all bundled up in their blankets and everything, waiting to board the lifeboats. Sorry about that. Somebody wants to talk to us. Then it flips open here. There's a staircase, and here it's water filling the floor and some sheet music floating in the water. Titanic sinking. No lives lost. This comes out of Canada. A lot of stories, nobody really knew what was happening. They would hear a rumor and print it. So everybody was completely confused. And here is a smaller card to match. You can see the piano there with water starting to come up. Titanic disaster, great life lost. And over here, this is some actual little sayings from the passengers, the survivors, of course. No woman shall be left aboard the ship because Ben Gooderheim was a coward. And that's what Ben said. Here, there is no danger that the Titanic will sink. The boat is unsinkable and nothing but inconvenience will be suffered by the passengers. That's from the Vice President of the White Star Line. And here, the sounds of people drowning are something that I cannot describe to you, and neither can anyone else. It's the most dreadful sound, and there is a terrible, terrible silence that follows it. That's from Eva Hart. And I won't read the others, but there also just heartfelt sayings that the survivors had to share. It flips open. Angled pocket. There's our captain. There she is going down. 1,500 perish. Boat goes down. Many lives lost. Up here in this little pocket, there's the iceberg she hit. And there she is starting to sink before she broke in half at the bow. And over here we have another little flip. Pull out from the top. It says Beneath the Waves. And there's a rendition of that famous scene. There's a couple looking at the water filling up the hallway. There's another picture that I got off of the internet. And it swings open this way. It's just a picture of the ship there, and she's starting to list as she fills up with water. Here it says, all Titanic survivors on Carpathian rescue steamer to reach New York tonight. That was also untrue. There she is sinking. Only her stack is remaining above the water. There she is in all the ice. Swings open this way. Got a pocket over here. Another picture I pulled off the internet. I'm sure you recognize that one. There's another telegraph operator. It says, we have hit an iceberg. We are sinking fast. There is a belly band. And underneath it, some more cards. You can see the belly band finishes the ship. There's Titanic sinks, tragedy stories, 600 miles from land, April 14th, 1912. Here's one out of Newark, Titanic's biggest liner doomed. And this one is from Virginia. Titanic Great White Star Liner sinks after collision with iceberg on her maiden voyage. 1,800 lives reported lost. Let's open this way. This is tied with some sari silk. It's kind of a caramely brown. There's always little strings on sari silk. And there's the band that was playing Near My God to Thee. Here's the sheet music. It's another advertisement. Titanic boilers blew up, breaking her in two after sinking berg. Flip here. Little pocket there. There's our captain. Some of the passengers, kind of like a ghost figure hovering over the Titanic. There's another card. Titanic disaster, lost but never forgotten. Titanic sinking, no lives lost. All Titanic passengers are safe, transferred to lifeboats. Also not true. Just a little torn out piece from a newspaper showing some of the people that survived. It opens up. We have a side pocket here, side band. Completes the image as she's in the icy water there. This is about a movie of this woman here that was Dorothy Gibson that was saved on the Titanic. It's another advertisement showing people standing around in a panic. Opens this way. And there's the rendition of Jack and Rose. It's great to see disasters. There's the people being loaded into the huge lifeboats, women and children. And I'm sure you know this picture. I put a belly band here and I covered it with vellum to give it that kind of ghosty, watery effect. And this is another newspaper advertisement. And there's a lady sitting in a lifeboat watching the Titanic sink. And on this side, it's tied with some jute. We've got a little flip here. It's 15 to 1800 dead. There she is with the iceberg in the distance, things at the bottom of the ocean. Titanic death list, 1,601, only 739 lives are saved. Opens up this way. It's pictured there. You can glue something if you want. Here's where she's departed Southampton. Here's New York, and there's where she sank, 600 miles offshore. Titanic sinks, 1,500 die. And this is the Unsinkable Molly Brown. She was a cattle baroness, but she did survive. That's how she earned the name. Here's another stairway with the water gradually inching its way up. There's the captain and his crew watching as everybody is getting on the lifeboats. There she is. This comes off the internet also. It's a picture where she actually split in half right there. Little flip on this side. There she is at the bottom, years and years, decades later, all rusted. And right here, they put a little circle. This right here is the inside of the back half. And here's the bow coming off. Just a little manifest there. This is a flip going this way. There's an old ticket laying there. But this picture's kind of unique. The top portion up here is what it looked like before it sank, and this is what it looks like underneath the water. As you can see, the floor is caved in. There she is again underwater. And it flips open this way, and I've cut around near My God to Thee, which was the music that they played. 1500 dead. There's another telegraph operator sending a message that they're sinking. And here is a belly band. And there's our captain who went down with the ship, E.J. Smith. And it swings open, and back here are the little bulbs, and I've tied on a little wheel there. It opens up, and you have all these pictures. Iceberg wrecks Titanic. This is out of Iowa. There's another famous picture pulled off the internet. And this one. Under Waves 1400 Sleep. And then here is your actual journal part. It's held on by antique bronze clip there. And it's just different pages. I've decorated every fourth page with either lace or some kind of jute trim. That's pages. And the pages in here, here's the center. So if you wanted to slide some of your papers underneath, just slide them right under there. And it's all held together by the twine there. And then just the back half. Some lace. And there we go. That finishes our tour. Thank you so much. I appreciate the time you spent with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, stay crafty. Bye-bye.